Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as our nation's colors are presented this evening by our Army JROTC, while Ms. Veda Coffey sings our national anthem. Members of our color guard are Cadet Staff Sergeant David Burden, Cadet Corporal Blake Fletcher, Cadet Corporal Aiden Mitchell, Cadet Corporal Emily Del Rio, Cadet Staff Sergeant Brittany Slayton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, once so proudly we held, at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. Good evening, parents, guardians, friends, family members, honored guests, and the class of 2021. It's an honor to address such a distinguished group of young men and women. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to participate as your principal in your remarkable journey over the past year. Graduates, tonight you earn Allen County Schools' most prestigious honor when you receive a high school diploma from Allen County Scottsville High School. Our diploma represents the triumphant completion of a 13-year comprehensive education experience. The diploma exemplifies the mission, core values, and priorities of our distinguished faculty, staff, and our school. Tonight we honor your commitment, your perseverance, and your determination to achieve this honor. For 46 years, ACS graduating classes have been told how special they are at commencement. Tonight I suggest that you're not only a very special group of graduates, but a called upon class. You've been selected by a higher power to ignite the transformation and the change that's needed in our world. Because of you, our school community has shifted our focus to gratitude, service to our fellow man, support, and collaboration. Over the past 16 months, you've lit the spark that will advance our practices in the classroom and alter the course of humanity. On too many occasions, you've been told that we can't do that, or that can't happen this year. However, you've always responded with resiliency, tenacity, innovation, and courage. You, the ACS class of 2021, have proven that you can overcome all of life's obstacles. The historic events Of the past 16 months have ripped the bandage off a false belief that those that are older, more educated, and in leadership positions know they're all there is to know. As your principal, I've self-questioned, doubted, and fumbled my way through many important decisions that I never dreamed of making. Each day I've been confronted with more questions than answers. I've quickly realized that I know a lot less about the world than I previously thought. This year I've committed to saying the words, "I don't know." That's been a difficult choice. However, those 3 words give us permission to learn and give us permission to seek enlightenment. Therefore, from this point forward, do not listen to the rhetoric of waiting your turn, or that's the way it's always been done. You've more refined skills, technologies, tools, and life experiences than any graduating class before you. This moment is yours. The world is yours. Your quest is not to change the world, but go remake the world. In 2001, President George W. Bush said, "What matters most are the standards you live by, the consideration you show others, and the way you use the gifts you're given." It's my prayer that each of you realize just how gifted and resilient that you are. Always maintain a growth mindset and commit yourself to being a lifelong learner. Be inspired by people, places, and experiences, but above all, be an inspiration to mankind. Dream unbelievable dreams. Be curious and never lose sight of being you. Your historic graduating class. It's because of you that we cannot return to normal. You've inspired us to envision and create a new world, a world that was once unimaginable. Patriots, you've left your school and community better than you found it. Now, it's time to focus on new dreams and aspirations. Each of you will create your own unique, revolutionary path. The journey before you may be frightening. It's okay. At times, we're all nervous and a little scared. The difference for each of us is how we channel our fears. Be relentless and be tenacious. Be far-reaching, and at times even be rebellious. Transform your fear into bravery. Be courageous. Have the courage to take risks. Dream about the impossible and stay the course. President Kennedy said we chose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they're easy, but because they're hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we are willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one which we intend to win. I can only imagine the thoughts of all the naysayers when the leader of the free world made such a bold statement. Now, 60 years later, we've traveled far beyond our moon. We're putting man-made objects on Mars and planning for the first human visit to the red planet. Space has been referred to as the final frontier for over half a century, but today we know that may not be the case. Patriots, now's your time. Your frontier awaits. Unlike our leaders of the past, I invite you to omit the word final. Maybe after all, Buzz Lightyear was right when he said to infinity and beyond. Tonight, I'm proud and honored to be your principal. I'm proud because I have no doubts that the future is brighter than ever. And I'm honored from a better person because of the opportunity to have served you for the past year. ACS will always be your home. You'll forever be a patriot. Congratulations, class of 2021. This is Allen County Scottsville High School's 47th commencement ceremony, and we are pleased to offer it in its traditional format to these fine young people. This senior class has brought us so much honor over the 4 years they have spent at ACS. They've already achieved many goals, and we believe that they have the potential to achieve even more in the future. Seniors, the journey leading to your graduation has been filled with many ups and downs, but through it all, it has also been filled with many people who've watched with love and pride as you've grown and matured into the fine young ladies and gentlemen that you are today. At this time, I would like to recognize some of these people. If you're a parent or a guardian of a senior of the class of 2021, please stand. Thank you. If you work for the Allen County School System in any capacity, please stand. Seniors, these people who stood before you have a vested interest in you. They put in long days and long nights to ensure that your journey to graduation was a successful one. Without all these people working together and pushing you to the best that you could be, this night might not have been possible. Parents, guardians, and school employees, I, along with the seniors, thank you wholeheartedly for all that you have done for this class. At this time, I would like to introduce the Superintendent of the Allen County School System, as well as the members of the Allen County School Board. To my right is Mr. Travis Hamby, Superintendent of the Allen County Schools. Next is Chairman of the Board of Education, Mr. Justin Marsh, Vice Chairman of the Board of Education, Mr. Al Barman, and members of the Board of Education, Mr. Billy Turner, Ms. Stephanie Ashby, and Mr. Brian Seltzer. In addition, to my left is the administrative team of Allen County Scottsville High School. Vice Principals Ms. Cheryl Miller, Mr. Wes Pardue, and Mr. Chris Vernon, as well as counselors Mr. Brad Bonds and Ms. Laura Carter. Finally, at the back of the room, seated behind our graduates, are the faculty and staff of Allen County Scottsville High School. I know that I speak for all of them when I say welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for this momentous occasion. Before we begin, I want to remind you of some requests. Throughout tonight's program, please remain in your seats and remain masked. Please stay off the floor throughout the ceremony. When we begin awarding diplomas, please hold your applause until each senior in that particular row has had their name called. Loud applause could prevent a family from hearing their child's name called. Family members, we encourage you to rise as a family when the name of your graduate is called to receive his or her diploma. At the end of tonight's ceremony, we will conduct guest exits similar to the manner in which we did at class night. We will dismiss the guests in the gymnasium by sections. The bottom sections will exit first, followed by the top. You will exit through the doors by which you entered. We appreciate you understanding. We appreciate your cooperation with all these requests, and now we will proceed with our recognition of the class of 2021. At this time, we'd like to recognize a very special group of young people. These 25 hard-working students have achieved the task of having the highest grade point averages in the entire senior class. They are easily recognized tonight by the golden tassel on their graduation caps. If you are a member of the top 25 of the class of 2021, please stand and be recognized at this time. One of the highest honors that any member of the senior class may receive is to be recognized as one of the top academic students for their graduating class. The class of 2021 has many exceptional students. Our top 2 academic students, each in their high school career with a grade point average above 4.0, both of which are only separated by 1/100th of a point. With a GPA of 4.3, the graduating class has the honor of having Miss Catherine Foster as their salutatorian. Catherine is the daughter of Chris and Melissa Foster. Please join me in congratulating Catherine on this outstanding achievement and in welcoming her to the podium.
Thank you all for coming to the graduation of the class of 2021. While not everyone can be in person for this momentous occasion, we are glad to have everyone here and on the live stream. I'm honored to be speaking before you all as the class of 2021 salutatorian. This was not an easy task to accomplish since I was blessed to be in a class with so many incredible classmates. My classmates are so talented that when I was told I was going to have the honor of being the salutatorian, I believed it to be a joke. Realization soon hit me after being reassured by Mr. Bonds. The young men and women that you are about to see walk across the floor and officially become Allen County Scottsville High School alumni are incredibly talented in every aspect of school culture: academics, athletics, band, and tech classes. All of these students have worked extremely hard to achieve their future goals, whether that be entering the workforce, joining the military, or pursuing higher education at a technical college, a traditional four-year university, or as an apprentice with a company. All these young men and women have accomplished a major milestone tonight. As I left school on the last day, the first song to come on the radio was Rascal Flatts' song, My Wish. I have loved this song for so many years, but hearing it on the drive home made me find a new meaning in the lyrics. The lyric, "I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who loved you in the place you left," had a whole new meaning to me at that day. I hope you all remember these amazing times you all had in high school, but don't forget that these are not the best moments of your life. They are yet to come. Thank you to our parents, guardians, and other family members for supporting us through love and care as we navigated these past 13 years and as we continue into the future. To the teachers and faculty across Allen County Scottsville Board of Education, thank you for seeing the potential in all of us and pushing us until we saw the potential in ourselves. To the community members, thank you for granting us the opportunity to mentor under you, partner with you for community service events, and for sponsoring so many scholarships that have put our dreams within our reach. To the senior sponsors, thank you for putting up with us and making the best out of an unusual year. Through class night, prom, and graduation, you all never gave up on us and tried to give us the best senior year possible. To my fellow students, thank you for giving me some of the best memories I have. And to my fellow top 25, thank you all for pushing me academically and socially to be the very best I could be. To the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen as a whole senior class, we would like to thank you all for giving us someone to mentor and guide through our last 3 years of high school. I would like to specifically thank my mom and dad for the immense amount of support and love given to me, and for always putting things in perspective. To my sister Rachel, thank you for the constant support even when you were 2.5 hours away. I cannot wait to be in Lexington with you this fall. To all my club sponsors, Ms. Rather, Ms. Bean, and Ms. Stinson, thank you all for allowing me to be an officer this year and to lead our club through this unusual year. To Mr. Crabtree and Mr. Baskett, thank you all for allowing me to find my voice in academic team and future problem solving. Ms. Stamps, thank you for your constant guidance these past 4 years and for letting me steal Abby to be a roommate next year. Mr. Cagle, thank you for constantly supporting my decisions and always reminding me that there is another way to look at it. Ms. Williams, thank you for reminding me where the commas go in all of my papers. Mr. Byrne and Ms. Cornwell, thank you for helping me like science enough to take 2 extra classes. And to Ms. Rennick, thank you for proofreading this speech 20 billion times and for being the senior sponsor this year. But most importantly, I would not be standing before you all today if it was not for the Lord. Without him, none of this would be possible. Thank you all and good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to announce that our highest honor, that of valedictorian, for the class of 2021 is Ms. Taylor Elizabeth Huff. Taylor Beth completes her high school career with a 4.314 GPA. She's a daughter of Sean and Gina Huff, Please join me in congratulating Taylor Beth on this awesome achievement and welcome her to the podium.
I have heard my whole life, small town equals small opportunities. However, the class of 2021 has really disproved this saying. Sitting in front of me are not one, but two state Poetry Out Loud champions, 3 Coca-Cola Scholar semifinalists, not only local and district officers, but state officers for various clubs and programs, state champions and nationally recognized groups in all areas of academics, athletics, and the arts, and of course, a TikTok famous high school math teacher. I would argue that a small town does not equal small opportunities, but simply different ones. In a small town, we were afforded pride, a sense of community, and a home. I can honestly say, standing here in front of you, that I know every senior sitting in front of me. Throughout high school, this has given us a better opportunity to connect and collaborate with one another. In the future, we are now presented with the opportunity to continue our collaboration and work to represent our community. I know we will do this well because we have already set the standard for success and represented all throughout our time here. A fond memory of high school I will always keep with me comes from when I was announced a presiding officer at the Kentucky Youth Assembly. As I walked up on the stage, still in shock from hearing my name, the president of the assembly looked at me and said, "First Allen County PO ever." We, as a class, have overcome the stigma of a small town and brought Allen County's name to the forefront, even in challenging times. I know no one here wants to talk about the past year's events and trials. However, I do want to briefly brag on the class of 2021 because we have faced these challenges in stride. Instead of simply throwing our hands up and giving up on schools, club, sports, and activities, we adapted to the new environment and are better students and citizens from it. We adjusted to a virtual setting of learning and learned to collaborate via Zoom. We practiced and rehearsed our sports and activities from home in the hopes of a season. In clubs, we participated virtually in contests and events. Even in this time, we were still representing Allen and overcoming. The Beta Club had many national qualifying students, more than I have ever seen in my time here. The Kentucky Youth Assembly had a presiding and supporting officer, both in the Supreme Court program, something never done before. The Winter Guard program was still able to have a limited season and bring home a gold medal and the Kentucky State Championship. The cheerleading team qualified for the state competition. The boys basketball team won the district championship, and there are too many others to name. This class has been achieving so high from the beginning, but what we should be even prouder of is the continued achievements we got from persevering through many challenges. Now, there is a typical saying after graduation to leave these doors and never to look back. Although many of you will be tempted to do this, in life you'll be presented with many highs and many lows. And at each of these points, I challenge you to look back. At your most successful point in life, look back and thank the people and the community that got you where you are. At your lowest point, I want every senior in here to know that you always have a home to come back to and people that will always be here to help you along the way. All schools in the Allen County school system have phenomenal teachers, staff, and administration who have helped us immensely along the way. And on behalf of the senior class, I would like to thank each and every one of you. I would also like to thank all the family and friends of each of the seniors who have come tonight and who have supported us along the way. Without everyone here, I know that we would not be where we are today. I personally would like to thank each of my teachers, guidance counselors, and principals who have rooted for me and taught me so much along my way. I want to thank my family, both blood-related and those that simply claim me as their own. Specifically, I want to thank my mom and my dad, who were not only parents to me, but parents to many of you here tonight. For those of you that do not know, my mom and dad have served Allen County for over 25 years in the band program. Tonight, I want to say thank you for being there for me and setting an example along the way. I always say my mom is my best friend and my dad is my hero. Thank you, Mom and Dad, from me and all the students you have served over the years. Seniors, I want you to look around and see that you are surrounded with people who have supported you and helped you throughout your journey thus far. But the journey is not over. We are at one of the highs in life I was talking about. At this point, it is time to look back and thank the people who got us where we are. But these supporters are not going anywhere, and this is not the end of our stories. As I said before, Allen County is a community and is a home that will always be here to support you and help you along the way. However, if you ever find yourself a long way from home and it seems there is no one else you can turn to, there is someone even bigger and better that is there for you at all times. Psalm 46:1 says, God is our refuge and strength and ever-present help in trouble. If you get nothing else out of what I say here tonight, I want you to know there's always someone to turn to and someone to help you out along the way. Although we are all going down separate paths, we are never alone. Because we have a small town, we have a big support system to help us along the way, and each and every one of you will always have God on your side. I know your futures are bright, class of 2021, because you have shown it in all 13 years. Now go out and show what a small town has to offer. And remember to just keep living, man. LIVIN. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Shay Robinson, and I am the president for the class of 2021. All of the sponsors, administrative, and faculty have done an outstanding job at creating this the best year possible for us. Someone that stands out the most in our minds, and as a class we would like to recognize tonight, is the lovely Miss Megan Rennick. Miss Rennick, if you would love to come up here, we have a gift for you to thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you, babies. I love every single one of y'all. Thank you.
It is my privilege to present the students who have met the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Kentucky Department of Education and the Allen County Board of Education. Mr. Aaron Etherington, Principal of Allen County Scottsville High School, and Mr. Travis Hamby, Superintendent of Allen County Schools, will present them with their diplomas. Row 1, please stand. Jaden Thomas Allen. Anna Marie Anderson. Brittany Lynn Anderson. Harley Jade Chloe Anderson. Ethan Clay Atwood. Hannah Lynn Bays. Aiden Matthew Ballinger. Caleb Logan Basham. Brandon Riley Baxter. Calvin Aiden Bectus. Row 2, please stand. Kristen Nicole Bewley. Kaylee Amber Biggs. Dylan Ray Blankenship. John Edward Bomar. Jake Douglas Bowe. Fancy Faye Sue Helen Bratcher. Chloe Elizabeth Bray. Andrew Jackson Britt. Lucy Graceann Britt. Dalton Matthew Brooks. Chloe Brianne Byrne. Lily Hope Caldwell. John Wade Calvert. Chloe Beth Carter. Nolan Blake Carter. Row 3, please stand. Riley O'Brien Carter. Taylor Lynn Carter. Derek Robert Cash, Jr. Caden Lee Centers. Dylan Connor Chambers. Justin Lane Charlton. Justin Allen Chauncey. Alexis Danielle Church. Zachary James Clark. Carson James Artis Clay. Amber Nicole Klein. Peyton Andrew Klein. Veda Viviana Coffey. Row 4, please stand. Ashlyn Elizabeth Conley. Hannah Vivian Cook. Aaliyah Jordan Cooper. Jax Allen Cooper. Nicholas Wayne Cooper. Hayden Taylor Cope. Tatiana Marie Cortez. Kinley Jade Costello. Briley Joe Daly. Daniel Jacob Daughtry. Zachary Dylan Dietrich. Sheena Grace Doss. Aaliyah Mackenzie Ellis. Logan Terrence Elmore. Row 5, please stand. Leopoldo Isaiah Escobar. Kaylee Nicole Fan. Bo Alexander Roy Fleming. Ethan Blaine Foley. Joshua Tyler Ford. Cameron Addison Foster. Catherine Ann Foster. Autumn Nicole Frost. Braden Riley Gaddis. Abigail Elizabeth Gann. Ainsley Neil Gardner. Kara Leanne Yass. Gracie Lee Gillum. Aiden Gray Gonzalez. Row 6, please stand.
Shakiria LaQuay Granger. Vanessa LeRae Grissom. Charles Hunter Groves. Logan Alexander Groves. Willie Wilson Guess. Alyssa Faith Hall. Jeffrey Martin Haney II. Blake Christian Hartley. Sarah Elise Hartman. Olivia Catherine Harwood. Megan Louise Haskins. Kristen Nicole Hatcher. Row 7, please stand. Sarah Elizabeth Hawks. Bailey Warren Hill. Logan Glenn Hinton. Eric Lane Huckabee. Sean Wesley Huff. Taylor Elizabeth Huff. Trent Heisinger. Michaela Alyssa Hunter. Arian Dwayne Johnson. Aubrey Lee Johnston. Harley Matthew S. Joyner. Casey Wayne Jones. Colby Allen Frazier Jones. Stormy Louise Brooke Jones. Aaron Ray Jorgensen. Row 8, please stand. Taylor Renee King. Logan Anthony Bryce Kendall. Catherine Elizabeth King. Thomas W. Kanoth. Sky Eli Lynn Kozlowski. Stephanie Michelle Crew. Tori Nicole Langman. Brittany Lachey Law. Billy Bruce Lim. Robert Damian Lindsay. Gary Wayne Long III. Curtis Daniel Lush II. Zachary Tyler Martin. Row 9, please stand. Trace Edward McIntyre. Dustin Tyler McMurtry. J. Lynn McReynolds. Allison Marie Metter. Morgan Lee Miller. Stephen Cody Miller. Austin Samuel Minix. Evan Garrett Mitten. Kate Elizabeth Morgan. Michael Allen Molding. William Austin Mungle. Robert Neil Murley. Sarah Elizabeth Newton. Kiera Starr Owens. Row 10, please stand.
Caleb Austin Pardue. Mallory K. Patrick. Cameron Blake Patterson. Jataya Desiree Payne. Tegan Marie Pearson. Kelsey Nicole Petty. James Michael Plowman III. Kyla Brooke Price. Joshua Scott Prue. Vanessa Ramos. Abigail Ryan Rather. Caleb Dwight Sheridan Reed. Hannah Grace Rickard. Jocelyn Evelise Riviera. Emma Kate Robinson, row 11. Please stand. Shay Suzanne Robinson. Tori Lynn Robinson. Sierra Cheyenne Rogers. Dylan Chase Rookstool. Gabriel Dawn Russell. Jada Star Sandspree. Caitlin Suzanne Sharin. Mason Reed Shirley. Lillian Hope Shrum. Bryson Christopher Simmons. Lakia Vianne Simmons. Jacob Robert Sims, row 12. Please stand. Amber Rihanna Sloan. Candy Jo Abigail Sloan. Jamie Keeley Smith. Joshua Tyler Smith. Michael Blake Smith. Lindsay Beth Spurlock. Abigail Reese Stamps. James Clinton Stamps. John Nathan Stamps. Haley Blaine Steenbergen. Matthew Ryan Stinson. Riley Ann Stinson. Heaven Lachey Marie Stowers. William Jacob Strode. Zachary Daniel Tabor. Row 13, please stand. Gabrielle Jade Tangen. Madeline Mavis Grace Taylor. Tad Colton Taylor. Trevor Lee Tolbert. Summer Brianne Tao. Tucker Neil Tracy. Ella Grace Tuttle. Georgia Dawn Tuttle. Gabriel Elias Vanderstrom Jr. Sebastian William Vanderstrom. Julia Marie Villarreal. Austin Lee Wallace. Lillian Jade Ann Weaver. Hannah Jordan Wheeler. Row 14, please stand. Caden Eli Whitney. Daisy Rain Wilkerson. Justin Jean Wilkerson. Michaela Nicole Williams. Lacey May Wilson. Colton Jasper Wimpy. Xander Dalton Wimpy. Landon Thomas Witcher. Dawson Bradley Wolf. Madeline Presley Wolf. Courtney Lee Woods. Madison Grace Woods, row 14. Please stand. Marcus Brian Yoakley. Kinley Chaffin. Emma Turner.
On that county road, weeds rag raced our pickups and Mustangs and weathered on the summer rain. And to this day, up on that overpass, even underneath the new paint, you can still see Allie William every me. Take a ride, look around. There ain't no doubt it sure left its mark on us. We sure left our mark on it. We let the world know we were here with everything we did. We laid a lot of memories down like tattoos on this town. There's still rope burn on that old branch that hangs over the river. I still got the scars from swinging out a little too far. There ain't a corner of this hallowed ground we ain't laughed or cried on. It's where we loved, lived, and learned the real stuff. It's everything we're made of. It sure left its mark on us. We sure left our mark on it. We let the world know we were here with everything we did. We laid a lot of memories down like tattoos on this town. Like tattoos on this town. It sure left its mark on us. We sure left our mark on it. We let the world know we were here. With everything we did, we laid a lot of memories down. And we'll still be hanging around like tattoos on this town. Like tattoos on this town.
Thank you, Zach. That was fantastic. I also want to thank the parents grandparents that broke the rules a little bit and made us laugh during that giving of the diplomas. My favorite one from over here was "It's About Time." But my favorite one of the night came from over here. I'm not sure who said it. The two Stamp boys were coming up, James and John. And when James' name was called, a young lady said, that's one of my grandsons. At which point James said, oh my God. Because he knew what was next. They called his name, that's the other one. It's fantastic. On behalf of my family, and perhaps many of you, I would like to thank the bus drivers and monitors, the janitorial staff and lunch staff, the coaches and sponsors, faculty, staff, administrators, and volunteers for bringing our children to this place. For many of you, I know that it's more than a job. It's a mission and a passion. And as a parent of 4 children in Allen County schools, 3 of which graduate tonight, we know and appreciate you. They say it takes a village to raise a child, and my family at least has been blessed to be a part of this village. Thank you so very much for that. Can we give a round of applause to Allen County Schools? Now, I know you've gotten your diploma now, and I know you're anxious. You're anxious to throw things and hug people and snap and TikTok. I know. In fact, as I was watching you get ready over here, Ms. Rather pointed out to me that many of you were trembling. I didn't know if that was because you were nervous about being in front of everybody or that it's been 45 minutes since you checked your phone. Whatever it is, I'll do my best to be brief. World-renowned poet and philosopher Kenny Chesney tells the story of one night watching the news. And on the news, they were interviewing a man who was celebrating his 102nd birthday. And they asked this man if he had found the secret of life. And the man answered and said, and if you know it, you can say it with me, don't blink. One blink ago, we held and cradled you in our arms. One blink ago, I would meet up with Mr. Prunty in Miss Oliver's computer lab at ACPC, and we'd say the Pledge of Allegiance. And we would recite the Dream Rule Pledge. I pledge to do my best, respect everyone, ensure safety, act responsibly, and maintain self-control everywhere I go. Why do I remember that? Because it was one blink ago. In my unique position for several years with the YMCA, I got to follow you pretty closely, this class especially. I was there for your little soccer games and your little basketball games. I watched many of you nearly drown as you came over for swim lessons. And I am so blessed to be offered this opportunity to speak to you and give a message from not only my heart, but the heart of those who are gathered here today. I want to share something with you, and I want to tell you that if you wholeheartedly believe it, it'll change how you see yourself, and it'll change how you see the world. There is a God. This God is all-powerful. He made and sustains all things, and He knows all things, both the past and the future. And I believe this book is a revelation of Himself by Himself. And so tonight I'd like to share with you just two, because I said I'd be brief, 2 verses from this book. The first is Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 10, where the Apostle Paul writes, "For we are His, God's, workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them." You should know, class of 2021, that you have a purpose. It was said earlier tonight that you were special, and that is true. God crafted you for specific good things. And you may think to yourself, well, I'm not as tall as another person. I'm not as strong as another person. I can't do math the way that another person. Let me tell you this. God made you because He had specific good works in mind for you to do. And I want to submit for your consideration that happiness and contentment in this life does not come from fame or money or power. Happiness and contentment in this life comes from doing and being who God made us to be. That's it. It's that simple. To find those good things that He prepared in advance for us to do, that are perfectly suited for us to do, and to do them. Consider this by way of sports analogy. You, from this point forward, get to play slow pitch, coach pitch softball. The Lord has made you perfectly capable of hitting a home run every time you swing the bat. Every time. And so the Lord Himself stands on the mound and will, over the course of your lifetime, lob you perfect pitch after perfect pitch. Those are the works that He has prepared in advance for you to do and crafted you to do. Your part of it is to swing the bat. Now, some people are oblivious. Some people stand in the batter's box and they hold the bat in their hand, but they don't even know they're in the game. They don't even know. They just stand there and they're oblivious, and life just passes them by and they haven't swung the bat one time. And there are others who swing the bat, but when they do, it's half-hearted. But it's my hope for you that you'll see the truth of our situation. God has made us special to do good things. And it is our hope that you will leave this place and swing for the fences. You will find us in the bleachers cheering for you like we are tonight. Thank you. You have a purpose. Swing for the fence. The second verse is one that my daughter, Shay, you may know her. She's right over there. She giggles a lot. She shared this verse almost 4 weeks ago tomorrow at class night. She referenced Jeremiah 29 and verse 11, where it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans for peace and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." Now, when she read that passage, she was standing right there at the podium, and I was sitting right over there, not too far from Jeff Radler. And then when she said it, something washed over me. It was really powerful. I can stand here today and tell you for a fact, that if you look for those good things to do and do them, if you try to be what God made you to be, He has plans for you that will boggle your mind, that will so far exceed what you thought was possible. And in that moment, sitting in that spot right there, it occurred to me that the Lord has already done that for me and for all the other parents that are gathered here tonight, because He gave us you. You are our future and our hope. When my wife and I found out a little over almost 19 years ago that we were going to have not just a child, but a litter of children, people began to say to us, and maybe you've heard this or even said this yourself over the years, "Oh, this world's going crazy. I hate it that our kids are going to have to grow up in the world that this one is becoming." Something would happen in politics or war, maybe it's a social issue, and there the conversation would go again. "Oh, I feel for your children. They're going to have to grow up in this." Today, I believe that God has put just the right people in this world at just the right time. That He crafted you for times such as this. So may the good Lord, who is due all praise and glory, bless you and keep you. May the Lord make His face to shine down upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace. Swing for the fences. Amen.
Seniors, in closing, I wish you all the best. May God bless you and be with you in all of your future endeavors. At this time, seniors, please move your tassels from the right to the left to signify your accomplishment. Seniors, you have met all of the requirements for graduation. And at this time, it's my honor to pronounce you graduates of Allen County Scottsville High School. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the 2021 graduating class of Allen County Scottsville High School. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. I want to congratulate our graduates and say goodnight to all of you. At this time, we are going to dismiss at the top on both sides first. Please exit the door that you entered. Again, at the top on both sides of the gymnasium, please exit the door that you entered. Ladies and gentlemen in the lower area, you can exit the building. Please exit the door that you entered. Thank you.